We good. We good. We good. It's alright. We good. We good. We good. It's alright. We good. We good. We good.
Y'all back.
It's alright.
Y'all boy, we ready to do this. Welcome back. Welcome back. Another episode of Primarily Speaking, show where we love to talk shit on a plethora of topics, from sports and entertainment to politics to random news and things around the community. And our favorite segment, Sit Your Ass Down. I am your host with the most, man with the gas, Mr. Poppin' 2 quarters. Let me get in that ass. It is your boy Prime Energy to the 25.
And no doubt, I am the total package Rex Devereaux, Port City original, downtown's finest. Back at you again with my co-host, Mike Kaz, doing this thing, our fearless leader. And we got some other people to talk to, too. We got a big show for you. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's up, baby? Y'all already know who it is. It's Hannibal Vanderbilt, your down South Georgia boy. Big Poodle, Big Stepper. Well, I'm bringing it to you live. And right here next to the right of me.
Yo, it's your boy, Q, the Body Brown, a.k.a. Mr. Alabama Slammer. And we about to start this show off right. Let's get it, Primer.
All right, fellas. How's it going? Everybody had a good week so far? I know y'all niggas still in quarantine.
No,
we ain't got no quarantine.
Well,
I went back to work this week.
let me
I've been working the whole damn time.
Hey, Prime, them boys get mad with you about that shit just now. I'm like, we ain't no goddamn quarantine. Goddamn, man.
People are quarantining themselves from you. That's what it is.
Yeah, fuck them people.
That is not true. That is not true. We love our brothers. You know, just from a little long ways off. That's all. It's a little long ways off. That's
Man,
all.
been back to work, working and everything.
Feel good to go back to work?
Yeah, actually did.
That's what's
I
up.
never tried them, so ain't.
Yeah, you use a work from home, motherfucker. So you good. How about you, Rick? Son?
Yeah, man, but I mean, you think about, but you know, I won't ask them fellas though. I mean, for real, like to be able to be stuck in there, that shit bad, right? Like after a while.
Stir crazy?
No.
Yeah.
No cabin fever.
We still get a little shout out here and there. You know, we still busy.
Because it's got to be, you know, even with the quarantine.
You know what that means? As long as they got liquor, they fine. That's what that means.
No,
all that mean right
there. The nationwide quarantine where, you know, you pretty much couldn't go anywhere. You could still go to a gas station or some shit like that. But y'all boy couldn't go nowhere. Y'all couldn't leave the house.
Hey, man, you know what? I want to take time to shout out some people, man, that been looking out for us, man. We had people come through, bringing us snacks and bringing some food. You know, people been looking out for us while we was on lockdown, man.
That's
you know, my boy Chris Savage came through with a couple bottles of liquor. He came with some rum. You know, he liked the party, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we still been holding down, you know.
That's love, man. That's love.
You know, we ain't heard from Rick though, you know.
He did it dirty, man. He did it dirty. He pulled a bun beat on us, dog.
He could at least drop
something,
man. Damn.
Hey, Prime, don't believe them boy, dog. Don't believe them boy. I did call a check on them boy, though. I did.
You could have dropped a bucket of chicken off at the door or something, man. Damn.
Yeah.
That bad, man. You've been a slow week. That's all I can say. You've been a slow week, you know.
Oh man. Hey, are y'all familiar with the phrase no shay? No shay.
No.
Mm. That's a Columbia thing, Metro thing or something?
No, it's a Charleston thing. Rex, you say you not familiar with no shay?
No shay.
Yeah, you remember like when you got like some candy or something like that, a bag of chips, and you around your friends. First thing you have to say is no shay, so that nobody can ask you for it. You don't have to share it with your friends. But if you don't say it and somebody says shay, before you say no shay, then you have to share it. It's like a hood rule. You know what I'm saying? It's a hood rule.
No. We ain't never played no shit like that.
East side or something?
Let's do this on the drive. What are you talking about?
It's in the north?
I don't remember that. That must have been a younger thing or something, because we ain't used to play that. I ain't never remember playing that one.
On the drive, man. We used to do that shit on the drive all the time. No shit. Well, the reason why I asked about it, because I did that with my wife the other day. And matter of fact, it was yesterday. I was like, she. And she was like, why are you talking like that? I ain't no damn child. Don't talk to me like no child. I'm like, it's not a child thing. It's a sharing thing. It's a free.
I expect you to get cussed out on that one too.
Yeah. You deserve to get cussed out.
Yeah, you ain't getting no love from us on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You on Mika's side this one.
Yeah, next story.
Moving right along.
I can't believe that y'all don't know about no shishi, man.
Ain't no love on that one.
I can't be the only person. I mean, all of us out there have heard of no shishi. But anyway, since my brother's here on the panel disagreeing with me, we're gonna move on to something else. Shit, god damn.
Yeah.
Let's get into something.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what made you think you could come on this platform and thought you were gonna get some love behind that shit.
Man, y'all took all over me on that.
What were you thinking?
Random news. Everybody knows about the GameStop thing with the Reddit community that went and pretty much shut down the smaller trading kind of apps like Robinhood and a couple others, well, mainly Robinhood, where a Reddit group of people got together and bought a whole bunch of stock and GameStop, because they got wind that this hedge fund, specific hedge fund, I can't remember the name, was intentionally shorting the stock on that one on GameStop. And what that did was that raised the price on GameStop's stock. And that bankrupt that hedge fund, bankrupt their ass. And now because of that, all the big wig trading companies and hedge fund stuff, they got their panties in a bunch pretty much. You know what I mean? They don't like the fact that the little guys are pretty much beating them at their own game. What y'all think about?
Let me add something to that. There was a young 10-year-old African-American young man who was gifted shares in GameStop 2 years ago for Kwanzaa. The young man, I think he made about, I'm not mistaken, I think he made about, 15 grand off of it. Off the stock, because he held on to this shit the whole time. And matter of fact, the guy who started that Reddit group or whatever, he actually invested, because he heard about how they were shorting the stock back in September. So he invested 50K of his own savings into that back then, and just held on to it until the shit hit the fan. He made over $15 million off that shit.
Damn.
Smart motherfucker. God damn.
Because he been the head of the group, whatever, who got together and put the scheme together out there. And man, that was a prime example of the little guys figuring out their goddamn master plan and then using that shit against the motherfuckers. And now they all upset and up and on about that shit. They just think, like, you know how back in the day when white folks used to file bankruptcy all the time and keep their shit or whatever. And then when the black folks call them to the shit, oh, we got to change the rules. We can't do that now.
Right. Yeah.
This all it is. That's how America works. Once the little guy catch on, they want to change shit.
Once you done made like 15 million after investing 50,000, do you just go ahead and take your money out?
You can, but the thing is, when they shorted the stock earlier, because actually they worked differently. So when they shorted the stock, it drove the price down. So these guys actually bought more other stock and made the price go up. Right. So because they shorted it, they had, in order to not lose money, they had to go back and buy the stock back
at the higher price, which
in order to keep from losing too much money. So and when they started buying it back and raising the price all the way back up, it skyrocketed up to over, I think, $500 a share, something like that.
Yeah, and then because they're shorting it, they owe whoever they borrowed those stocks from, they owe those shares back to the people, so they had to buy it. They had to do something.
So they actually got bankrupted. They went $2.5 billion.
Good for them.
They had to go borrow. That's why they ended up shutting it down, because they had to go borrow that money back, and then only limited to hedge funds that can buy the stock from that point on, in order to bail them out.
That's fucked up shit, man. Fucked up shit. Other news. I read a story, very disturbing article about a woman in Brazil named I hope I pronounce it right. Josamir Gomez da Silva. She killed a 5-year-old child and gouged out her 5-year-old daughter, gouged out her eyes and was eating her tongue. saying that the child was possessed by the devil and that she didn't kill her daughter, she was killing the devil. That was a very disturbing article to read.
Hold on. Why she eat her tongue?
You know what? I do not know. It didn't say why she did that.
You kill a devil and eat his tongue? What kind of bullshit is that?
Must be some Brazilian shit. I don't know, man.
That's why I can't get down religion like that, man. Them motherfuckers crazy.
Some spooky shit. That was
Crazy.
Yeah, that's like something off a movie or something right there, man.
Yeah, that sounds like some shit that came on the Sci-Fi Channel, or was one of them exorcism movies. That's what it sounded like.
That's how you adopt that white Jesus philosophy and shit.
Yeah, when you start following what them cave people was talking about.
And hold up, Prime. So they actually busted in while she was eating the tongue or whatever. How they know she was eating the tongue?
Yeah, I think when I don't have the article pulled up, but I believe what it said is she was in the bathroom and when they opened the door, she was eating the young girl's tongue. Cause somebody came home and found blood, saw blood and shit, and called the police, whatever, and then they came in the bathroom and saw her eating the young girl's tongue.
That's some fucked up shit.
Crazy.
That's crazy,
Damn.
bro. Some lighter news in Texas. While testing their Amber Alert system, the Department of Public Safety issued an Amber Alert for Chucky and his son. Now, those that remember Child's Play, Chucky is a fucking doll from a movie from like 20-something years ago.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. Hi, I want to be
your friend.
Yeah.
I'll be your friend to the end, buddy.
I know.
Crazy. I said, God damn, I'm going to issue an Amber Alert for Chucky. I don't think nobody want him back.
Hey, listen, hold up. Whoever did that been high, dog. I guarantee you that, dog. Whoever did that been feeling very nice that day, dog. What was the excuse? That's what I want to know.
Moving on, we have another story. The Black Lives Matter movement was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. I thought that was pretty dope and worth mentioning, man. That's pretty good. You know, I mean, they said because they had other movements prior, but the way the Black Lives Matter was started, I believe they said around when Trayvon Martin died, and then several things after that, Michael Brown and a few other incidents, and then with the latest one with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, the way it reached global recognition and made people from all other countries look at racism and their cultures, not just ignoring that it's going on here in America, man. And that's why they said they wanted to nominate them for Nobel Peace Prize. I thought that shit was dope. In other news, you had a story, Brown.
Yeah, man, I had the story, man. This is real random, man. This man in North Carolina, man, hits 2 deers with his brand new car. And then he gets home and realizes he's won the $2 million Mega Million lottery.
I don't know if you call that luck or not.
You know what? Hold up. I'm looking at that story totally different now. So right after he hit the 2 deers with his car, he got home that night and realized he hit the lottery.
Yeah, so he got home, he took a nap, went to sleep, woke up and
that's
looked at his pocket, lottery tickets or whatever, and realized one of his 4 tickets was the $2 million ticket.
Oh yeah, that's good karma right there. You do backflips buck naked when some shit like that happen, man. I mean, you can't help it.
My question is,
you can't help it.
His race.
He got to be white, man. Black.
Oh, that's a white guy.
I'm gonna say he was black.
I say white.
Really? Yeah, that's a white guy.
So
brand new car?
Yeah. Come on, Rand. Yeah. Black people buy brand new cars, dog.
No, wait a minute, hold up. Let's be real. Not that often.
So he's from Leland, North Carolina.
Leland, North Carolina.
Leland? Yeah. Damn, I won't say brother now. I mean, but then again, no. I'm gonna stick with a white guy.
What is
so I'm gonna say a black guy. The article don't tell you whether he's black or white or not. I'm gonna say a black guy. Only because his name is Anthony Dow.
You don't even know. I thought you had the answer.
Hey man, the man's name is Anthony Dow. I don't know too many white Anthonys. I know a lot of black Anthonys.
Oh shit! I don't know. Okay.
Hey, fuck it. We gave it a try.
Hey man, hit
No
that
doubt.
shit. Boom, boom, boom.
That would have been perfect.
Hey, we gave it a try. Anthony Dow, man. Fuck it, Moving on.
All right, man. Moving on. That's all I got for
Wait, but hold up. Hey, you know what, man? Prime, real quick, man. Before we go any further, I just want to say rest in peace to Cicely Tyson, a fabulous actress whose career spanned the decades, dog. I just wanted to say that real quick before we move on any further, because I don't know if y'all want to do a little moment of silence for her, but
of course
she's a real American treasure.
Let's give
that's what I'm talking about.
Let's give it 10 seconds for a moment of silence. All right. Rest in peace, man.
Hey, man, you know what? Hey, Rex, you didn't do that right. What happened to Square Biz?
I did it right?
Yeah, what happened to Square Biz?
My bad, man. My bad. I still did not.
It's the only way he get up.
We're gonna have a Square Biz moment later. I can feel it coming. I can feel it. Because we are now gonna roll over into sports and entertainment.
Sports and entertainment. First news I got to report in the sports and entertainment industry. We're gonna start off with the trade. Detroit Lions have traded Matthew Stafford to the Los Angeles Rams. In return, they get Jared Goff, 2 future first-round picks, and a third-round pick.
Is that
a second and a third round?
Is that a good trade?
It's not.
I'm gonna say because Matthew Stafford is probably slightly better than Goff, stat-wise, and then he's cheaper.
No, he much better than Goff. He much better than Goff.
Yeah. Stat-wise, he's slightly better. But I would say they also get the cap space from the trade out as well.
But
they go out and build around the team.
But giving up them picks, you know what I mean?
Man, them picks can be bust when nobody get back. So first of all, you gotta think about this. The picks are based off whatever the ranking from the end of that season prior.
Right.
So
they high.
The Rams are normally winning a lot of games, so it's not like they're gonna have no high drop pick out there.
Right. Okay.
If it was a protected first round pick, then yeah, but it's not protected.
What else you got?
But I mean, do you think it's worth even the trouble doing that for Matt? I don't think, because Matt Stafford ain't gonna take them to the promised land, and I know that's where they're trying to go at right now. They're trying to do it fast.
He's a decent quarterback, and they do have weapons. So we don't know, man. We don't know.
Time always tells.
Well, hold up. Okay. All right. Wait. Hold up. Let me ask Hannibal a question real quick, since he don't know. You really think next season the Rams gonna come out the NFC and go to the Super Bowl?
I don't think. I think they'll have a better shot
because of Matt Stafford.
I think they'll have a better shot
because of Matt.
He improves their chances.
Understood.
Uh-huh.
I think it was a worthless trade. I mean,
all right. Well, we ain't gonna. You think worthless? I think it's a trade. In the short run, yeah, it's gonna benefit the Rams more, but in the future, I think it'll help the Lions along.
Hold on. You about the Detroit Lions?
Yeah,
man, them boys could have gave them 4 first-round picks. They still ain't gonna be garbage.
Don't think it's like the number one.
Exactly. They still gonna be trash.
So the Rams won the trade.
Yeah. Well, we on now we gonna move on to other NFL.
Yeah, because they had it with Detroit. Everybody beat Detroit.
All right. So in other NFL news, it saddens me the lack of coverage that this story got nationally. This happened on a Saturday, and no one heard about it until Wednesday. This guy, Chad Wheeler, he told his girlfriend to bow down to him. And when she refused, he then launched an attack, beating her to a pulp. After beating her, he sits down to the table and eats. And when she goes and regains consciousness, he said, "Oh, I thought I killed you."
You still
what fucking type of monster do you have to be to treat another human being like that? Michael Vick got more coverage for the actions that he committed against a dog, not another human being. Ray Rice got more coverage for a night that him and his wife, his girlfriend at the time, probably still hunts them, but they have learned so much from it. But it probably still hunts them because what could have been. You know what I'm saying? So and you seen 2 rookies just last year that were falsely accused of what was going on get more coverage than what Chad Wheeler got for what he did to his girlfriend.
That shit, you know what pissed me off about this is that they gave first he got out on jail and then he gonna say some bullshit about he ain't been taking his meds, he had a manic episode, right? But my problem with that is that, bitch, you beat that woman and then you sat down and ate dinner.
Right.
Nigga, there ain't no manic episode. You consciously sat your ass down and ate dinner after your fit of rage or whatever the case. You ain't call her no help or nothing like that or apologize. Nigga, you ate dinner. I ain't no manic episode, man. I don't like the way that they even throw that in there. You know what I mean? As some excusable reason or whatever the fuck. That shit pissed me off, man.
Yeah, they kill me with that, man. I mean, it's inexcusable. You know, like Hannibal said, even with Ray Rice made national news with that shit, man. That shit been all over. And you barely heard anything about this dude. A lot of people don't even realize that this done happened. You know, that's the worst thing about it. And the double standard, that shit need to stop. Because they know what time it is. And I think one of the excuses they said was he's really a nobody because he's not a running back or a wide receiver or a quarterback or nothing like that. It don't matter. He's somebody that beat up on a woman.
Exactly.
You know, he should be brought to task for that shit, man. He should be held accountable.
My thoughts on the whole situation is that I agree with y'all about they like to throw that mental health shit in there when it comes to white folks. Like Dylan Roof, he had a mental problem.
Mental issue.
All these motherfuckers got mental issues when they do some shit. But if you're black, or you just a fucking criminal.
That's why Michael Myers kept breaking out every Halloween because he had mental issues. They kept sending his ass to a fucking psych place instead of a goddamn prison.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my issue with it. Not only does he get coverage about being a victim of mental health issues, but the victim gets zero coverage on this.
Yeah, like
right.
You
beat her within an inch of her life, choked her out, had dinner. She woke up and came to, and you go, I'm surprised you're still alive.
Ain't no manic episode there, brother.
No, that's fucking, you just a fucking, we watched a series the other night and the man said the difference between good and evil is kind of like the absence of a light. The absence of fucking good in your system, your soul. You're a fucking evil fucking bastard. You deserve to get that ass whooped every fucking day.
Yep.
You need to get somebody to stick some up your ass and ramrod your ass for the rest of your life. You need to be tortured, you sorry son of a bitch for a person.
Like on in too deep, right?
Yeah.
Like in too deep, right?
The pool stick.
Get him, Brown. Yeah. No. Go ahead, big man. Go ahead, strut, though. You need to let him know why you're mad, son. Let him know why you're mad.
I'll tell you now, had that been my daughter that you did that to, we ain't worried about no police getting called. We come to find your ass.
Yeah.
That's right.
We gonna torture you on live TV, motherfucker.
Fuck that. See how he like being beaten within an inch of his life. I ain't gonna kill him. Just beat him bad enough that he wish he been dead.
Nah, fuck that shit. I'll kill you, nigga.
I'm not killing him. I'm gonna maim you for the rest of your life. You're gonna remember me.
I live with that shit.
Yeah. You gonna remember that could be the last time you ever put your hand on any fucking body. You gonna remember me every time you think about raising your hand or even looking the wrong way at somebody. You gonna remember me fucking your life up, breaking your fucking knuckles, breaking your ankles, fucking pop your kneecap. I'm trying to fucking dismantle your shit.
Yeah, man, that's
break them down, son.
And we can go on and on about this motherfucker, man, but because how despicable that was. But we gonna carry on. We're gonna carry on.
All right.
Angry.
Man, so coming down off the Chad Wheeler thing, I want to ask I want to ask a question because we got this great game that comes on next week.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
1 week away.
Who you rolling with? Who you rolling with?
No,
Who
I
you
rolling
rolling
with,
with?
baby. You know who I rolling with, baby? Tampa Bay. The Bucks. We're gonna win this thing. We're gonna
Man, what's
win
a
this
guard?
thing.
What's a guard?
How much you gonna bet on? You gonna put 50 on it?
Nah, man, you know goddamn money.
It's Tom Brady, man.
Man, you just laughed at my pick, but you ain't gonna put no money in the game?
We already know the NFL scripted already. We ain't going.
I know.
Man, come on, man.
Man,
Hey man, look at man. I put money on my homie. I think my homie
That's right.
wins again.
I like it. I like the way that y'all discrediting the experience.
We ain't discrediting nothing, man. We figured, hey, look, you got lucky enough to get the Super Bowl at your home stadium, only to lose in front of your home crowd.
Yeah, he ain't for to win it too now.
Now, Hannibal, I know you know. You
Brett's next, man.
you know that
I'm last.
Tom Brady can win the game, especially how Atlanta fucked up that lead in the fourth quarter with like.
Who you picking? Who you picking, Rex?
Oh, you want to move on now?
No, Rex. Who you picking?
You know I roll with my homie, man. I mean, listen, I hate Brady. Yeah, I hate Brady off of GP. Shit.
He said he hate Brady.
Yeah,
you know
everybody know that. Ain't no secret.
Hit the side.
You know what?
Personal feelings aside.
You know what? Next week, Project Pat laying the smack down. You best believe it. All right. Project Pat laying the smack down. All right.
Put 50 on it, there.
Yeah.
Hey man, y'all done had y'all Cinderella season already.
Yeah.
Come to the end.
Put 50 on it. That's all I said.
Man, whatever. Hey, moving on to the next topic. This is one that I wanna get into. I wanna ask this because we have Rex on the air, and I know he loves to dispute these things. But him and his son already had this dispute. But I want to hear what he got. I want to hear what he got to say about it. Who is the better football player? Who is the better football player?
See, there you go with that football player.
NFL football player, National Football League. Are you rolling with Randall Cunningham or is it Cam Newton?
I'm rocking with Randall Cunningham.
You rocking with Randall? Okay. Who you rocking with there? Who you rocking with, Q?
Hey man, I'm gonna say stat wise, I think they probably comparable. Randall probably had some really good seasons here and there. Scam Dune actually made it to the Super Bowl once.
Seasons here, man.
Hey man, you from Auburn though. Can't give him no props now. Jesus Christ. But Auburn though.
Shit get done. No, compared to Randall.
The Scam Newton, you know, he I would have to say I would say in my opinion, only because of the lack of injuries early on in his career, I think Scam Newton had a better career so far.
What? Who you think is the better? Who you think is the better?
Who would you pick?
Hannibal Freezer.
Huh?
The way Hannibal Freezer, who's the better football player?
Hey man, I'm answering my own terms.
Man, you scared to answer that?
See how you did that? No, hold up. Squib. All right, if you had a team and you were picking a team and you had to pick between Prime Randall and Prime Cam, who you picking?
I'm not picking either one, but the injury bit both of them and it cost them a career.
Come on, man. You gotta pick, man. Make a choice. You know what? Skip you.
One of the two, man. You being difficult.
I'm not being difficult, man. I'm explaining to you that injuries.
Man, who you pick?
Injuries have him both the career.
All these reasons and
We
shit.
need a clear defined pick. It sounds like you saying
I
Cam
can't
Newton.
believe it's Brown. I can't believe
Okay, he
Brown
said
no more
Cam
go out
Newton.
on the limb.
He said Cam Newton. Who you got,
You said
Ray?
Cam?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, you know I roll with Randall Cunningham.
What's your evidence backing up Randall?
The pride of Philly. Listen, he did it all for Philly. When they been playing with Philly in the 90s, late 80s, even everything for that team, the whole offense. Cam couldn't rock it like that. Cam ain't had no heart like
Oh
that.
shit!
Randall was up. I got proof Cam ain't got no heart about that. Remember when Vaughn came in there and just take the ball from him? Ain't nobody been doing that to Randall.
Here's my
Remember when he dive on the fumble?
before you pick
Randall been gonna dive on that fumble.
before you pick Hannibal, my evidence is basically Cam, he had one great season when they went to the Super Bowl and lost. But after that, other than that, he had no really great season. He had no great season.
That's right.
He had
Hold up. How many years he kept Tampa Bay out of playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's irrelevant.
A great season, whether he kept them out of the playoffs or not. Did he have great season? I say great.
Yeah.
I say good or decent.
I like how you catch that one, cuz.
The man was doing Superman Cowboys, man.
I ain't say good. I say great season. Other than when he went to the Super Bowl, they didn't have no other great season.
Okay, so what great season did Randall Cunningham have?
He had several.
No, he did.
All his seasons in Philly, dog.
No,
Yeah,
he
that's
did.
right.
What did
Listen,
they do?
Randall
back at that time, dog. Wait a minute, hold up. Back at that time, dog, they had to go against Washington, who was still good in that division, and New York, who was still good in that division, dog. Them boys had to
so what
constantly
do you do?
battle in.
You know what? Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Let me say something.
And that's
Let me
just the
say-
NFC East. That's just the NFC East.
Did he beat them though?
Go ahead, I'm waiting on you.
Did he beat them though?
All
So
right,
what?
so
No.
Okay, so what? How was it great if he didn't beat the teams in his own conference, his own division? Cam beat the teams in his division.
Cam couldn't beat the teams in his division either.
Yes, he
He
did.
only had one flash in the pan season. Who? He couldn't beat the
went to
Saints.
playoffs every
The Saints.
year.
yeah, he
He
went
went
to
to the playoffs. He did a lot of losing. No,
Who's your pick, Hannibal?
he ain't going to the playoffs every year. No, he didn't go to the playoffs every year.
I said almost every year he been in the league. He been to the playoffs.
Yeah, and he did a lot of losing too until that one flash in the pan season when he going to the Super Bowl.
What Randall did? Nothing. All right, so I'm gonna just say this. I was gonna, put it down with Randall till you came with that blasphemous bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
No, you know what? Fuck that. We don't want you rolling with Randall. I'm going with
Cam. Here it is. I'm telling you why I'm going with Cam. Other than just, I said football player, goddamn it. Other than goddamn, and you talk about did all for his team. The man led the motherfucking team in rushing touchdowns and rushing yards and passing touchdowns. The man was doing it all for the goddamn offense.
Randall been doing the same thing.
And still wasn't great.
And whatever, he better than goddamn right. He had career far better than Randall Cunningham.
You crazy as
yes. And I'm saying it, and I'm putting injuries in there because Randall would play a year and then miss a year, and then play a whole year and then miss a year. I think he might have played 2 full seasons back to back.
When?
Hey, 2 full seasons back to back. 2 full seasons back to back. Randall.
Wait. You talking about Randall Cunningham in Philly?
Yeah.
You crazy dog. Randall played way more than 2.
Randall,
the only time he get hurt.
I got the facts. You know, Hannibal keep the facts because I'm Pooh the Big Stepper.
We don't know that. We don't know that here primary speaking because you be wrong a lot. We ain't trying to hear that. Listen, unless you got that shit written down.
Anyway, we gonna move on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all two say Randall. We say Cam. Hey, we'll let people talk about it. Y'all can pull up the stats. You know what I'm saying? But here we go. We're gonna move on to entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into
segue.
Yeah, we're gonna get on the entertainment, dog. So we're gonna talk about this. Wendy Williams say she her and Method Man had a one-night stand. You know what I'm saying? So Method Man came in there and busted guts. He had the better weed. So they was all smoked out. Probably had a little coke in there, and
had to stand.
Yeah. Wendy said it went down. When they say she get down, she did the busted challenge on. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feel about that?
Meth lose some points with me behind that right there, dog. He loses at least 10 cool points behind that, dog. Anybody who just desperate enough, or drunk enough, or high enough, or whatever you want to call it, to bust down Wendy Williams It's some sad shit at the end of the night, dog. That's the script on the bottom of the
I'm
back.
disagree with you slightly there, Rex, because back in the day, you know, Wendy Williams was a looker. She was cute. She was a little piece of ass back
Listen,
in the day.
you keep saying that, and I remember Wendy Williams back in the day. She been average.
Come on, man. I wouldn't say she was maybe a little above average. She had a cute face, man.
She was light skinned back in the day. She was a hot piece of ass.
All right. No.
But right now,
you couldn't just be light skinned. You couldn't just be light skinned.
Would you say, Bronze, what she is now?
I said right now she a hot piece of trash. If he did it right now today, oh yeah, he lose all kind of points with me.
Man.
Yeah,
but, all right, so moving on. We're gonna talk about we're gonna bring up one more thing in entertainment, man. Then I gotta bring up something else. I want to give somebody their roses. We're gonna talk about T.I. and Tiny, man. They've been hit with allegations saying that they're sex trafficking, sexual parties where they're forcing girls to take drugs and everything like this. But the problem that I have with it is Sabrina Peterson or Patterson or whatever, man, when she put out the news and all of the news, it first came out saying that T.I. put a gun to her head, but then it was quickly discovered that a gun may have been put to her head because she was assaulting his assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And then, going on from there, that's when all this thing came out about sexual assault and all this other stuff. But when I was reading, the stuff, and I was getting pissed. I was like, man, I can't believe this nigga went out here and did this. You've been out here with the people doing all this other shit. I said, I can't believe this nigga went out here and did this shit right here. I said, this shit true, right? If this shit true, I said, this motherfucker, him and his wife and whoever else involved need to go. They need to burn in hell for this shit right here. But then I started noticing one thing. One thing I always notice, no one ever says that they were forced to take drugs. And then another thing that I noticed, all these stories were coming from one source, Sabrina Peterson. It wasn't going, nobody was coming out to one of the outlets and saying anything like the Media Takeout or the Shade Room or Hip Hop Daily or whatever. They weren't going out to them. They was just going to Sabrina.
Right.
And I was like,
allegedly
going to Sabrina. And then he put out a thing saying that he denies those egregious claims.
He vehemently
denies those egregiously heinous acts. Yeah, egregious.
One thing that also they said that it came out that she was getting these stories from these blog sites or whatever from people, and the people, even the people came out and say, "Oh, we just been lying. We just been lying to give you information to get clout and shit like that." So even the accounts that she was giving and telling people about others weren't even real.
She took a lie detector test, but the only thing they asked her was, did T.I. put a gun to your head? Did he was it this, that, and the third? But the thing is, she was assaulting someone, so I never got why the issue is. I think the issue has to go with some political claim or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, if those stories are true, you know what I'm saying, then they need their ass whooped for that shit. Right?
One thing interesting I saw about I read an article, I forget what site it was on. He was saying, the problem with a lot of these people that come out and say lies, right? They say whatever. And then the target, the star, celebrity, whomever, if they come out and say that person is lying,
defamation,
defamation. So he was going in and saying how all it is people just they fishing. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get you to say it's a lie so they can take you to court for saying defamation. You know what I'm saying? Or
build a civil case, because civil case is not about what can be proven, is about can you completely deny that shit, dismiss that shit. You can't, because it's in the public appeal. You know what I'm saying? Once they put it into the public, people gonna feel like, you know what I'm saying? He cheated on his wife, or you know what I'm saying? They had a story about him checking his daughter hymen, even though his daughter did come out and deny that. or whatever. So
you know what? My thoughts on this whole thing is just like with the Will Smith case and Will Smith and Jada shit. Look, man, whatever them people want to do behind closed doors, do, man. I don't give two shits about what they do behind closed doors, man. If you want to go in and party with the motherfuckers and do drugs and all that crazy shit, go do that. If it's illegal activities, especially, if minor was involved now, I had a problem.
Yeah, nah.
But you talking about adults, consenting adults having sex parties and all that shit there, man. If you want to bring that shit, man, it's a lot of people who can go fucking jail.
Even the story that said
there's sex parties that go around fucking Atlanta, Houston, every fucking major city in the fucking America right now, around the world with drugs and all that shit involved. And if you want to bring that shit up, then yeah, man, look, focus on the fucking white folks, man. Leave black people alone. God damn it.
And when you go to them sex parties, you see all that shit there anyway. Look, like, and ain't nobody forcing nobody to take nothing when you go to them shit like that. Nobody forcing you to take nothing. The shit is there. But nobody forcing you to do it. And you see people, you be like, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing it. I make my own drink. I bring my own shit to have for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know, my drink, that's it. That's my shit. You know what I'm saying? That's it for me.
But the thing is, what I'm saying is, fuck all that bullshit. If you got to beef with them, take that shit to them. Don't be trying to put that shit out on social media and try to draw these people out, all this dogging people out and all this crazy, man. People got fucking families and kids and shit, man.
If it's really an issue, why has this been taken to the courts?
Up to the police, first of all. True. You got raped or got drugged and all that shit there. You don't even take it to Sabrina Peterson's Instagram page. You take that shit to the fucking police. No. I mean, even Bill Cosby got caught up 40 years later for somebody who looked like a fucking.
This shouldn't even been a story, man. To be honest, this shouldn't even been a story, man. Because she ain't got no proof of nothing other than him putting the gun in her head.
Oh, but they do have another witness to say that she was involved in the sex party as well, recruiting the women that she supposedly said were victims.
Yeah. And no, them been prostitutes. Them been hoes. They been coming there to get their cash. Man, they got started. He paid them. He paid them for a service, and they came and did their shit.
I ain't never paid them brought no $3,000.
All this is conjecture. You don't have no facts about none of this shit. All the stuff is conjecture, man. We can keep it.
All right, so next thing up, Nia. Oh, hold up, my bad, Rex. How you feel about that shit?
No way whatsoever. Let's move on.
All right, cool. So Nia Dennis, this reward her for the black excellence that she displayed when she got out there and she did a routine and she threw in there recognizing and displaying all of the blackness that was out there, the music, the dances, and everything that she was doing. And guess what? Everything that she was doing when she was doing her routine, she was on point with it, and they couldn't do nothing but reward her with the points. And she, she did her thing. Let's give it up to Nia Dennis, man.
She had a great hand clap.
Yeah.
I watched that. That was
congratulations, young lady. Way to do it.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. So that's it. And one other thing. WandaVision, man. How did you feel about the episode, Prime?
I loved it. It was a great episode. Great.
All right.
Ties everything in together, makes it all make sense. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till next episode, man. Next week, man. I'm forward to it. That shit was good.
Yeah. Episode 4 was damn good.
I like how they got the sword agency. They had SHIELD before. Now they got the sword agency. So I don't know. Hopefully they're gonna expound a little bit more on what sword is, because I never heard of it. I'm interested to see what happens.
He does.
Yeah. That shit off the chain right now, man. I mean, because for me finding out that's old girl daughter, and how they played out. That bitch spazzing out, though. Somebody need to hit Wanda in the head and let her know what time it is. But these future episodes gonna be real good. Yeah, she's spazzing out, man. I mean, she got a whole made up world and shit or whatever. And somebody need to go in there and get her.
She got.
You don't think so?
Mephisto control. I think Mephisto control. I think he offered her a dream, man. He sold her a dream of.
But you know what else that got to do with, right? That got to do with Mr. Sinister. So I wonder if they're gonna have Mr. Sinister in this shit.
Oh, I forget.
Well, not in this, but Mr. Sinister comes up because he's Exis. He's behind a company, Exis Corporation, They had to do with all the people.
Nathaniel Essex.
Yep.
That's
Oh yeah.
That's his corporation. He in the business of building mutants.
Yeah.
So,
but
I trying to figure out how this movie will go out.
Hey man, we don't know how it's gonna play out. It look like it's gonna do some things. We gonna find out. Look like Vision gonna get a little fire up his ass. He want to see what's outside the bubble. So we're gonna see how that go down next week, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, another thing I like when they did the little thing when the blip when she came back and everything, and they show how that went in. I love how Marvel ties in their stories. Yeah, they keep continuity going in their stories when the time.
They outlasting DC, man. Goddamn shit.
I got one question, man.
What's up?
Who the fuck is the witness protection guy who disappeared? Nobody remembers him. Who the fuck that guy is?
It's gotta be Ralph, dog.
What?
That Agent Boo was looking for.
Yeah, he was on witness. He was on witness protection. That's why Agent Wu was there.
Oh yeah, I was wondering why is he there because he was from Ant-Man and the Wasp. So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, he's an FBI agent though.
I know that, but I mean,
he out of the California office though. Well, he's on the East Coast.
Because that was one of his informants. Remember?
Remember he said they call him. He jumped on the first flight out.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
I like that dude. I like that actor though. I like to see him and stuff. So we see how that play out. Hey,
I think he's a scroll, man. He might be a scroll.
No, I think the FBI the dude who Wanda was talking to when she first came back in the building.
Acting director.
Yeah, I think the acting director. I think he's a scroll.
Nah, because not the way he talked. I don't think he's a scroll. I think he might be Hydra.
Hydra. He could be a bad scroll though, because they're working up the secret invasion. You know, that's a big story.
Yeah, that's true. I want to ask y'all, boy, did y'all see the movie Cutthroat City? Did y'all see
that? Was it good?
No.
We watching TV. You ain't see that shit.
Y'all ain't see that? It's a movie by the RZA. The RZA directed it. It was trash.
But the one that you and Chris were watching?
Yeah.
Shit was trash.
Yeah, thank you. Shit was trash.
This shit was hard to watch.
Only reason I kept watching it because I was
they had the alopecia
shit going on. Vertilago.
Alopecia looked terrible for one. They could have did a better job at makeup and doing that shit. But
how you put T.I. in New Orleans?
Yeah,
that accent don't focus. What kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, what's George's deep Georgia accent trying to sound from New Orleans? That shit did not sound right.
Man, I kept thinking, why didn't you get from Memphis to be in that shit?
I still don't know what happened at the end. Did the niggas die or not? I don't even know if they died. Did they get killed or not?
Who?
The dude.
Yeah, they got killed. All of them got killed.
But why they show at the very end? Why they show the dude in the cemetery with the guy Ethan Hawke, the character Ethan Hawke was playing? They show him in the cemetery saying that he taking over now for the area. Like, I didn't get that part. He was supposed to die in the shootout. That shit was so confusing to me.
Ethan Hawke been in this movie and it was bad?
It was bad, brother.
Damn.
This shit just didn't make no sense to me, man, how it ended. Like, I couldn't tell if niggas died or not, man.
I started to watch that too. I'm kind of glad I didn't waste my time.
I'm gonna tell you another that we watched that docu-series with the Manhunt or whatever.
I want to say a docu-series. More like a show.
It's the one that involved the bombing of the
Centennial
Park
in '96
on the Olympics.
Remember they came out the dude Richard Jewell. He's been all over the news as being a hero. Then they turned him into the villain. They said it was him.
That movie, all right, the movie. I know you're talking about.
No, it's not a movie.
They have a docu-series on Netflix now.
They have a series as well.
So they found out it was Eric Rudolph who was actually the bomb behind it or whatever.
Yeah.
But they did have a movie about this, right? Isn't that movie?
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, that movie, right?
Okay.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood directed a movie about that some years back.
No, this was.
Let me tell you something, man. Watching that docu-series, that's the first time in American history that a white man been treated like a black man in America.
Know why he been treated like that? Because he been poor and they didn't dumb. He been a bubble.
Yeah.
They basically treated that man. They basically convicted that man in the media, just like they do black people, without ever taking him to court. The man had to prove his own innocence, and it took him always from 96 to 2003, the previous
FBI still refused.
And they still refused
to clear his name.
Clear his name.
Damn.
Even though they got the man who actually did the bunny.
Damn.
No, the dude was out there running. He had to run. His fat ass had to run all the way around to the motherfucker and go get that goddamn phone and run all the way back over there. That man like to kill himself running out there. He could have died of a heart attack right then.
And then the man actually the reporter who first and let's put his name out there. She died of a heroin overdose, something like that. Yep. She been all coked up and shit at the time she write the story to the man.
Yep.
So she died. I think he probably died within like the next 3 years. But he died and all that shit happened. And they still never cleared that man's name. So he is a prime example of a white man in America being treated like a black man. You die before your name ever cleared.
A rare occasion. Rare occasion.
Rare. Very rare. Very rare.
All right, what else you got, Hannibal? Is that it for your entertainment section?
That's it.
Hold on, man. He did have another question he didn't want to answer yet. He didn't want to ask. The question is, who is the best big man in NBA history?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I feel like we've been on it too long. Who is the best big man in NBA history?
I don't know. I probably can't answer this question.
Who do you surmise? Who is your favorite big man in NBA history?
I would say Shaq, but that's just off the top of my head. Shaq, I ain't like did a lot of comparisons in my mind or nothing like that.
Could be right.
But I'm gonna go with Shaq. What about you, Rick?
I got that's a tough one. I got two in particular, and I don't want to pick one because I hate the team.
Come on, you gotta pick. You know the rules.
Yeah. You gotta hate the Lakers all your life, though. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hate the Lakers I'm gonna hate the Lakers until I have my casket, dog. That's right. And I'm gonna have a sign on my chest to say "fuck the Lakers."
So who you?
Really? I gotta go with Hakeem Olajuwon, man. I gotta go with Olajuwon. Versatile. Yeah.
Single.
Hakeem Olajuwon. No, that's the Kimby.
Yeah, the Kimby.
That's my tumble.
Damn. Hey, sit your ass down.
Put the glass down and move direct to you.
I shut up. Your pick.
Hey, I'm gonna say because you know I am a Laker fan. You know what I'm saying? It's down between. I'm gonna lean to my favorite big man is gonna be Shaq. The greatest of all time. I had to say is either Olajuwon. I think Olajuwon probably my favorite big man. I think.
Olajuwon the best big man. Yeah, I thought you were gonna say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No, Kareem was good, man, but I think I'm gonna go with Olajuwon because I think Olajuwon was really he dominated the game, man. You could not trump that.
Yeah, you couldn't do that with him.
You know what? I should have asked. What's the qualifying characteristic or qualifying stat?
You got to look at it, dog. You got a lot of great big men that have played this game.
That's
you
why
got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You have Wilt Chamberlain. You got Parrish. You got Russell. Then
why I don't say Wilt a lot because Wilt used to get his ass whooped by Russell a lot. Russell an undersized center, and Wilt ain't did enough winning. And he been playing with them boy the average height and 6'3", so he been out there dominating the low fielders. So I can't.
That's why I want to know
what
fine characteristics of.
Well, I was just naming them out there. Then you got Shaq. You got Hakeem Olajuwon. You got David Robinson, which a lot of people leave off. I think it's this.
Oh yeah, I love the Admiral.
Yeah.
You had the big fundamental.
Yeah, you got Tim.
Who would you pick though?
Yes, sir. You know what? Honestly, I started to say Tim Duncan.
Me personally, Shaq, because the dude footwork at the height of his career, he's been impeccable, dog. Like you couldn't fuck with him. You couldn't. He been strong, but he had a sneaky finesse to his game where he would always hit that hook shot or always hit that freaking layup, the underhand, that drop step been dangerous. If he hit that drop step on your ass, he dunking on your motherfucking ass. You better get out the fucking way. Hey. You know what I'm saying? The one knock on Shaq was always if he would have just worked out. You know what I'm saying? But to me, He's the best big man because he's been so fucking dominant on the boards, defensively. You know what I'm saying? He just been dominant all around.
I'm gonna say that you would say that one knock, the other knock was the fucking free throw shoot.
Yeah. I mean, his free throw shoot been his Achilles heel.
But I went with a lot of them because a lot of them was the only that put the pants down.
What? He was the only one to what?
One who pulled his pants.
Yeah.
The only one who pulled his pants down.
Okay. All right. Good stuff.
He schooled him. I you know, he couldn't. I don't think he could fuck with him after that though.
Yeah.
Oh, see, here we go again.
He could fuck with him after that now.
Real quick before we jump out of this into the meat and potatoes. Last night I saw we were watching a throwback game of the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals from week 7. I think it was week 7. And I think the Cardinals ended up winning that game. But I think I saw the most perfect pass I've ever seen from Russell Wilson to Lockett and to the end zone. Like that pass was so perfect. And the way he catch it over the defender or past the defender, like that was the perfect pass.
That's Russell Wilson.
I was like, God,
it's Russell Wilson. What do you expect? That's Russ. It's what he does. It's what he does, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, Rex.
What the hell I got to do tonight, man?
Yeah, I know.
What happened?
I just wanted to humor him.
But
That was a great pass.
Y'all stupid.
That's all.
It's called a moon ball. We see this shit.
So, Rex, you had a very good conversation piece for this part of the show, man. Go ahead and fill us in.
You gonna call them people idiots again, Rex?
For the meat potatoes. Listen, if the shoe fits, then wear it. If you an idiot and I think you're an idiot, I'm gonna call your ass an idiot. But
so why you calling them people idiots?
That's what we going into the meat and potatoes when people shouldn't send their kids. Okay. See, your boy done get me off track. He almost get me off track. But the meat and potatoes portion of this show, ladies and gentlemen, is constructive criticism versus hating. We have to get into it. We have to dive into it because I believe the older folks and the younger folks have to kind of, shrink this divide. It's a big divide between older and youngsters. And I think sometimes the youngsters get a little sensitive because they automatically think the older folks hating. And at the same time, I think the older folks have to realize they got to speak to the younger folks in a certain way. And you can criticize them, but at the end of the day, you got to go put your arm around them too and let them know what time it is. Now, Brian, how you feel about constructive criticism versus hating?
I think constructive criticism if you are doing it properly is always a good thing. I would rather you tell me my faults or what I'm doing wrong in your experience. Give me a proper comparison of what I may or may not be doing wrong. But if you just come off the top with just youngster, you fucking up. I ain't trying to hear that. Youngster, you need to come with some concrete evidence, something to back this up. I don't want to hear that old bull drive shit now.
So he can't start with you and say, youngster, you fucking up. Come here.
No.
Let me talk to you.
No. You need to come with youngster, you fucking up, and this is why you fucking up. You can't just come with youngster, you fucking up. I think it's just like when you're disciplining your kids. You got to give them a reason. You got to break it down to them what they did wrong, why they did it wrong, and how they correct themselves. You just can't come out there with that, I'm over your ass and that's it.
Exactly.
Correct.
Now, the hating thing, I really don't even agree with the terminology of hating because if you're hating, I don't give a fuck in the first place.
Yeah, me either. I feel that same way. Yeah.
That's how I feel about this shit. I really don't give a damn. Because apparently they're affecting you more than they're affecting me.
Right. Seems like that's how you always end up.
It ain't me, you the problem. That's how I feel about hate. Yeah. You the problem.
Yeah, But to touch on it, is this I I think it's something that's, you know, detrimental to getting, especially men, young black men and older black fellas together, whatever, trying to go forward. Hannibal, what do you think about it?
I'm gonna tell you like this. When it comes down to corrective criticism, constructive criticism, and hating, constructive criticism is teaching. Hating, you get no teaching with it. It's a big fuck you in the face. You fucking up and that's it. It's a big fuck you. I ain't got time to teach you your face. And from experience, how a lot of young people feel a certain way about older people when they're hating, because a lot of older people, that's what they do. They just come and just, oh, you fucking up. But they give you no instruction. They don't give a comparison or how you should be doing this way. And they'll come and say you fucking up, but you're doing it the way that the manual or whatever telling you to do it. But they just go with, oh, you fucking up, not giving you a path or showing you the right way to do it or a better way to do it. It's just that.
So you think it's fair to say a lot, because you just now said a lot of older folks always hating. Do you think it's fair to say that?
I say a lot of the times when older people come, they just come with a, oh, you fucking up, oh, his young ass fucking up, and that's it. They don't give them a way. They don't show them the right way to do it. Just like with, oh, y'all niggas out there in the fucking streets, then we get this right here. You gonna take that away from them? Then what you gonna teach them? What else you got? What else you got for them? If you gonna take everything else away from them, then what you gonna give them? What you gonna show them? What you gonna teach them? What you gonna do for them? It's the same thing when it comes to that.
Absolutely. You know, and I kind of brought it up because I saw something on Inside the NBA a little while ago, and Shaq and Charles Barkley was getting criticized by some players, and Kevin Durant, of all people, you know, kind of shot back at them and was saying something or whatever. And it was really, for me, I wanted to ask y'all two fellas, because y'all do an excellent job as far as coaching these kids down here and stuff or whatever, and mentoring these kids. You know, how y'all go about it as far as, you know, dividing the between, you know, to not make it seem like you're hating, but to let them know that you know, what you're doing is giving them constructive criticism. And, you know, you see that a lot. And so to the elder statesman, Prime, you know, age before beauty, what do you think about it, Prime? What's your feeling about
it? Beautiful age.
I slide him in there, man. I slide him in there.
I know what he do. You know, constructive. I think it depends on how it's delivered. You know what I mean? Like Brown and Hannibal was saying, you know, if you just talking shit without giving actual advice on how to or providing wisdom in that craft on how to do something better or different or whatever, and you just talking shit, then it's definitely hate. But like something like, one thing I was thinking is it depends on if you can actually tell the person. Like if I come to you and tell you, hey man, you messing up, man. Hey, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that. I don't like that you're doing this, you like doing that. Versus me going to tell somebody else about what you're doing. You know, I was thinking like that's hate. If you're gonna talk to somebody else, but you can't tell me. You know what I mean? You can't tell the person directly about what they're doing or not doing. But everybody don't have access to you. Everybody can't get you to tell you this, that, and the third. But I think, like you guys said, you offering advice on how to do it better, differently, or just something, because everything don't work for everybody. Like the way you're doing it works for you. No matter if nobody else don't like it. If that works for you, then that it works for you. You know, I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. So I don't know. It's a fine line to me. It really is a fine line between constructive criticism and hate. But if you leaving up the advice part, it's definitely just hate to me.
I'll give you a good comparison. Let's say Rex at work and he got a young fellow working with him. Let's say they might be buffing floors or whatever. And the young man, he doing it in a way that he learned to do it. It works, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not really the fastest way that you can do it in the most efficient way to do it. Mm-hmm. Say Rex come by and say, he going directly to him, and he telling him, he was like, "Hey man, you doing that the wrong way." But he keep walking, and then he come back by, and he was like, "Dang, you still fucking up?" But he keep walking, he don't go show him nothing. Versus the guy doing it, and he see him doing it, but Rex go to him like, "Hey man, why you doing it like that? Hey, if you do it like this, you know what I'm saying, it'll be faster." He's like, "That's how I do it, and it worked." And the kid may say, "Hey, you know what I'm saying, oh, I learned how to do it this way." He was like, "Oh, just try it this way and work, you know, you just think about it. You know what I'm saying? That way we can get done faster, and all of us can get out of here." You know what I'm saying? That's constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? You ain't tearing them down. You ain't going at them in a crazy manner. You're like, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? Why you doing it like that?" First, you're asking them, and you're approaching them with respect. So therefore, that person is going to give off respect. Now, some young cats, they just feel like everybody fucking against them, the world against them. They don't know how to fucking listen yet. So you gotta come at them, or you just fucking walk off from them when they come off like that, and just let them do it the way that they doing it.
And you know,
they will take that.
To add into that, every situation isn't gonna be one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I know, and for the people talking, I know Rex is the guy who goes and he's just like, "Hey, why you doing it like that? Let me show you how to do it this way." That's the type of person Rex is.
Or he'll say square biz.
Yo, square biz, yo, you fucking up.
But you know, like,
square biz, you fucking up. But I'm gonna show you how to do it this other way.
Let's say somebody let's say like LeBron. Like LeBron decide, like when he decided to go to Miami or he went to the Lakers. Like there's no room for constructive criticism in that decision. People hated on it. People had a lot of hate to say about it, but that didn't. I don't see an avenue for constructive criticism as far as that goes. That man made a decision that was best for him. You might not like it, but that's just what it is.
I'm gonna use for example, Rick brought up how we coach kids or whatever. Each one of our players are not the same. Mm-hmm. You can't go to them the same way, even though it could be the same issue with them. We can't go to them individually the same way. We gotta learn their how they learn first of all. Mm-hmm. You gotta understand how they learn. And what's the best way to get them to pick it up a little sooner, a little quicker, how to adapt to them a little bit more. We can't always go out and say, "I learned this way, so you're going to learn this way." We can't be that way with everybody. Some people are different. They learn differently and they adapt differently to different scenarios or different methods. So you have to be able to adapt yourself. If you're willing to, how we say, iron sharpen iron, if you're willing to be that mentor to people, you got to learn to adapt to their ability, their way of learning things. Right. You can't go at them rah every time you go at somebody. And like we were talking about with the NFL thing some weeks ago, how different players learn and how different people are able to garner attention or whatever. With what's the dude, Booger, what's his name?
Yeah, Booger McFarland.
Booger McFarland. That may have worked in the 90s as far as getting attention of folks. But you can't go to you can't single out all players, all black players or the majority of black players in the NFL that way. You need to go individually and address that with those players and figure out how to best address that. You can't just throw a random 70% of the league as African American. You can't just go out there and name them out like that. Just call them out, the whole fucking league out like that. The 70% of the league, which is black and African American.
You know what, man, and we still
sometimes that you man. Approach it.
Hey, Brian, we still disagree on that, dog, because that man did not say that, man. He did not say that. And see, I think sometimes that's what gets misconstrued when an elder person say something, and that's a good example because Booger McFarland already done experience. He know what time it is. He done reached the mountaintop as far as his professional with it.
Rex.
And that's just like.
What
wait a minute, hold up. Let me just get wait a minute. Let me just get my
before you go there, Rex, real quick. Before you go that further in the road. We understand that he experienced that. He's an elder statesman. He's been in the NFL. He has all that experience. But at the same time, you grew up in this league. You experienced all your experience. But you do also realize that you can't talk to everybody the same. You can't get the attention of everybody the same way. Some people catch it or grasp information differently. So you going out there and doing it, you going out there and make it seem like you're doing it for ratings. versus actually trying to help. Yeah. That's how he came off as ratings versus helping.
The only reason why you think that he was doing it for ratings is because he was on TV when he said it.
No,
if he had said this in the article, wait a minute, hold up, because you ain't let me finish my train. I thought I'd let you cut in. If he had did this in the article and you had read this, there's no way, or some people probably would have still said that, yeah, he trying to get big ups or whatever, or he just kissing ass or whatever. My whole thing is, and it goes back to what I keep saying, sometimes. And I used to be this way, and that's how I know. Sometimes youngsters got to shut up and listen to what's being said and process that. Because the one funny thing, right after Booger McFarlane said all that or whatever, your boy Haskins got in all that trouble. He did exactly what them dudes were saying. Wait a minute. He did, wait a minute. See what I mean? And that's why I'm talking about right here. Because
he's helping you right now.
Yeah, my thing is this.
It happened at the same time.
It does happen.
The story was about Haskins when they were talking about it.
Yeah.
That's how it came up.
Yeah. It didn't happen.
And my whole thing is this.
Afterwards. That happened during the same time. That they were talking about.
And that's what he was speaking on.
Yeah.
So
and my whole thing is this.
How do you think that Haskins will recover? Right? How his career will recover from being cut like that?
Yeah.
So he went on a whole tirade on 7% of the league was African American versus addressing the Haskins story.
Yeah, he didn't even address it.
And then when he did come to Haskins, he was like, "I don't think I'll get another chance. I really don't care."
So he didn't offer any help.
No help in there.
No constructive criticism. He just tore the man down.
Now I don't.
He couldn't offer any help at that time. Yeah,
I don't think what he said about Haskins.
My thing is this:
but when you address the entire league of African American players as they're out there doing this, doing that, and doing that. Look here, man. If you're a mentor of African American men in this country today, you come to them dudes properly. I ain't gonna say properly. You come to them dudes directly. Don't get on live TV doing all this craziness. Go to them dudes directly. Just like we just said, the difference between hating and constructive criticism if it's a direct approach.
In all fairness, though, they didn't act. That wasn't his comment. Wasn't what the question was. That wasn't.
No, it wasn't nowhere near the question.
He interjected that statement, so nobody really asked him for that information. You know what I mean? But you know, it's
like Rick. We had a discussion already, Rick. We've already talked about this before. We had a sideline discussion, a corner pocket discussion about this already. That his approach had he went out and he didn't try to deviate from what the question was or stayed on topic, then nobody would have had a problem with what he said. But then the way he said it, it wouldn't. And matter of fact, Rick, you say this shit all the time. Nothing happened after good or fuck or whatever happens. You say the word but. That's when you fucked up. And he said, but in that statement before he went on the tirade on 7% of the league was African American.
I mean, I agree with Rick's and the sentiment that sometimes the younger people should listen to what the older people are saying, especially the experienced ones, and process it. At the same time, just like you guys said, Hannibal and Brown, like how the older people need to learn how to speak to people. And you know, sometimes when you older, you just stuck in your ways, like you just how you are, just how you are. You don't mean it to be taken that way, but that's just how you communicate. But you know, learning to speak the younger language or being able to communicate with the younger generation, whatever the case may be, it would go a long way as far as constructive criticism goes. Versus, I don't like it.
It's called emotional intelligence.
Let me say something.
Emotional intelligence. Sometimes you get emotional about a certain topic, but you have to have the intelligence in order to speak to that audience and communicate with that audience. You can't go off
who get emotional and who get emotional more than anything, more than not, most of the time, youngsters. And that's
I'm not gonna go down that tunnel.
Yo, let me say,
I ain't going down that tunnel. I ain't going down that tunnel.
Let me say something. Let me say something, and I'm gonna just go and nip this in the bud. So, put it like this: if you approach with respect, then you'll get respect. Just think about that, because if I think older people need to learn how to listen. Like straight
You
up.
know what? And I don't like when
Whoa, let me finish.
wait. You know what? No, because I
Now
don't
you
like when you
jumping in,
keep
brother.
saying that
Calm down.
because it ain't
Calm down.
because it ain't
No,
on
no,
them. It ain't on them. It ain't on them to learn to listen, dog. It's on young folks to learn how to have respect for older people, and they losing that now, and that's why things happening the way they happening in this world now.
Rex,
I don't know why people don't see that.
it's the two-way.
It's
It's a
shit
two-way
totally
street,
different.
bro.
The things that these youngsters do to these older folks now, you couldn't do that back in the day.
Hey,
You get your ass
this
tear
a
up.
prime example, yo. It's a prime example.
See, I
What is
disagree
a prime example?
What you doing right now?
with the old folks need to listen part. I don't because the thing is that older folks have the wisdom that need to be passed down. Now, if
You don't,
kids want to explain their position, you know what I mean?
man.
That's
I
wonderful.
could have sworn I was explaining what I was saying. That's all I'm saying. I was explaining what I was saying.
What I'm saying is, look, you both of y'all somebody that should have listened.
I ain't telling you to shut.
No. Let me finish.
Can I finish?
Let me finish.
Because I wasn't
Let me
saying
finish.
shut
Let
up
me
and
finish.
listen.
Let me finish.
I wasn't saying
I'm
shut up.
saying everybody's saying shut up. Listen.
I ain't saying it.
Can I goddamn finish?
God damn it! I was fucking talking.
But look, the thing
The
is,
fuck I was saying.
if we're all African American men on this show right now,
Shit.
and we're talking about iron sharpen irons, constructive criticism versus hate. If we all got to learn how to respect each other first of all, and allow each other to speak openly and communicate. If we're not going to allow each other to speak openly and communicate about an issue that we have with one another, then we're always going to end up in the same damn situation where we're all fucking waiting on the white man to give us something, a handout or something like that, or we all setting each other back further and further. The perfect example of that shit that happened in the stock market right now. If we all got together, 41 million African Americans got together and did the same thing that those guys did to the stock market in our own communities, we could have turned the shit upside down. We're fucking $2.5 trillion of fucking money spent in this country every fucking year. We got to learn to respect each other and let each other speak our truths, and then fucking live with the shit. Speak a truth and live with it. Stop trying to interrupt each other. Stop trying to beat each other down. Stop trying to criticize each other. If it's constructive criticism or if it's words of wisdom, if it's iron sharpen iron, we need to fucking learn how to fucking accept what the other person gets. We ain't got to agree with everything that happens, but just accept that they mentioned it or that they try to express themselves. It's not about you right, you wrong. Just let each other express themselves.
All right, bro. Hannah, I want you to.
Can I finish saying what the fuck I was saying?
Yeah.
Shit. God damn.
Wait.
Look, all I was saying when I said older people need to listen, just like younger people need to listen, it's called effective communication. Everybody got to have it because everybody got to listen to each other. If ain't nobody listening to each other, then nothing never get done. Be receptive of what you get, because when you go, just like when we go out there and we coach with the kids, you're gonna learn something from those kids. Don't just be, I did it this way, this way, this way. Yeah, you did it this way, but it's a new way of doing things. And sometimes the kids will be able to teach you something and show you something that you need to know, that you may not know, or you didn't know, or didn't fully understand. But when you see them do it, boom, I'm like, okay, you got to be receptive with that. That's all I was saying. Continue to learn, because when you stop learning and you stop focusing on what each other's saying, because you can always learn from each other, then the evolution cycle stops, and then you get stuck in the turmoil, and then you end up with what Q was saying. With the white man coming in and doing this, that, and the third, and you lose continuity and you don't stick together. All I'm saying is continue to learn. It's a learning cycle. Yeah, you went through it, but it's new ways of things going on now. You know what I'm saying? It might have been that way in the past, and we all kind of have seen that, but it's a new way of things going on that not necessarily everybody gets to experience at the same level. And coming from that level, where that older person was once down on that level and may have moved through that stage, but this younger person is going through that stage now, and how it worked when that older person was working through that stage doesn't work the same way. Though he can still give tips and a way to do the things, he can also learn and see how it's working to maybe fix that situation as well.
You know, I think, you know, and in a lot of cases, it's not always what you say, it's how you say it. Because, you know, it's what he said was true, but how he said it, I think, was what is how it was taken wrong. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Because I didn't disagree with what he said. It's just the way he said it at the time and the timing of what he said it. But I agree with you, Hannibal. You know, both sides have to learn. The old can learn from the young, and the young can learn from the old. It's a two-way street. You know, that's what, like you said, effective communication is on both sides, and that's just something everybody got to work on. I don't think it's one side need to do it more than the other. Everybody got to work on it, old and young. So, you know, we just got to keep pushing that forward, man. We just got to keep on trying to open the lanes for effective communication a lot better, man. Because this got a little more heated than I think we wanted it to go. So we gonna move.
Really? Heated. Me and Rex had the open discussion on the balcony before, and we kind of we worked our way through the shit. We both know how each other feel about the shit now. Yeah. We even came to an agreement or agreement to disagree sometimes on the topic. But
hey, I just didn't like the fact that I got cut off from saying what I was saying to finish what I was trying to say. Which if everybody would just listen to what I was saying,
and as much as he cut people off, hey, and as much as he cut people off, he don't like getting cut off.
But I see, I ain't cutting them off. Yeah, I had the floor at the time before that old motherfucker cut me off.
He's still mad. He's still mad.
Then your fucking ass wanna fucking keep talking. If you just shut up and let me finish what I'm saying.
He's still mad.
Then y'all would have probably had to go through all that shit.
Guess what, Hannibal?
Everybody want to go around the motherfucking mountaintop. They go all the way around.
Guess what, Hannibal?
Boys and run through the trees and shit.
It's called iron for a reason. We gotta keep pounding away until we get to
what I'm saying is I had the goddamn flow.
Guess what?
I was speaking it.
We were trying to get to the bedrock.
No, y'all wouldn't
Hannibal.
cut me off. You the fuck from getting there.
Hannibal. Now you know how I feel. Let's move on.
Well, whatever, nigga. Rex cut people off more than the motherfucker.
I knew you was gonna be soon.
You know, he get extra turn.
Let's wrap it up, man.
Like a motherfucker.
Oh man. Before we get sit your ass down real quick.
Rex about older than right here.
I want to give a big shout out to Henry Darby. He's a principal at North Charleston High School in North Charleston, South Carolina. He picked up a second job at Walmart so that he can help out the students at his school. You know, he said he hears stories of students sleeping in their cars with their parents, or you know, just going without some of the basic necessities. So he got a part-time job so that he could help provide some of these things for these kids. Well, Walmart donated $50,000 to his cause, which I thought was a very dope thing. And he didn't even want any recognition or anything like that for it. He just was doing it because he saw the kids in need. So I thought that was very much worth mentioning real quick.
Big up to that guy. Big ups.
Big ups.
Big ups to him. But that also tells you where we're at in America today. That the principal of a high school has to get a second job in order to help out his students or help out his school system. That we are so underfunded in schools.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a good story, man.
It wasn't necessarily just for school stuff. You know what I mean? It was also personal things for these kids as well. You know what I mean?
I know what I'm saying, but if we think about it, with the underfunding of schools in general, and then the underfunding of neighborhoods of color, when it comes to the disparity in economic gap in America, that you have to do that. You have to go to those links. I mean, I big up to the guy for doing what he did, man. Should he have to do that? No.
Yeah, he should.
America be better than that.
You're right.
And what I would say to folks is, a lot of folks who say that they can't believe the things that have been going on in America. You've seen on TV in America in the last couple of weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
This is America. America's been there a long time. It's just been not on TV as often.
Right.
Get to see the shit out of a person live in coast in person, in color.
Everyday shit, man. Everyday shit.
No doubt.
All right, let's go ahead and jump in and sit your ass down so we can wrap this one up, fellas. Mr. Rex, I want you to go first, sir.
Well, you had done take mine. I've been going tell that fathead football player to sit his ass down, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm sit I'm gonna sit this person down right here. What's the young lady name who accused T.I. and Tiny?
Sabrina Peterson.
Something Patterson. Sabrina
Sabrina
Peterson.
Yeah.
Yeah. She done tried to bring some shame to these famous people's name, and it's a sad thing. She need to sit her ass down and stop trying to hate. You going to a party, you got did up, you maybe didn't want, didn't do somebody you wanted to do, you didn't have a good time, whatever you're trying to hate. That's the key word right now, hate. So just sit your ass down, man. That's all I got for that one.
Okay. Brown, you want to jump in next?
Yeah, man. My situation now goes to the Oakland Springs Cemetery in Southwest Louisiana. Over the week, black sheriff deputy in Louisiana passed away, and his wishes was to be buried at this Oakland Springs Cemetery, close to his hometown where he grew up at. And his wife went to go in to start the paperwork and the process of getting him buried there. And the secretary told his wife that you can't sit here. This is white only. Only white folks get buried in this ground here. And I want to tell the Oakland Springs Cemetery in Southwest Louisiana to sit their motherfucking ass down. How in the fucking hell you gonna tell me where I can be putting dirt at? Get the fuck out of here.
That's, the funny thing about that is, that's the guy I wouldn't even want to be buried there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be the only nigga there.
Right.
Hey man,
Right.
Shit, he a dead nigga, so he don't make no difference.
That mother wife, well, that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Well, thank you for that, Brown. Thank you for that.
He
Brown.
wants to be a one white Jesus down there, man. Shit, come on, let the man have his pride.
No, I think he had family because he looked like he was mixed.
Like
Yeah,
Brown
he
said,
actually
this is
did like he was
America.
white guy. Though.
Yeah, he looked like he was white. He looked like he might have been mixed. I think his family been buried there.
But they did, however, the board did have a vote and they overturned that rule in their bylaws.
I would have had them overturn it and said, "Fuck you, I'm going someplace else." I wouldn't even want.
Yeah.
All right, Hannibal, you're up next.
Yeah.
All right, man. So I want all these big networks, man. When this guy Chad Willer did these heinous acts to this egregiously heinous acts.
All right, T.I. Go ahead now, Tim. Throw them big words out there on them.
Hey, Brown, you beat me to that one, though. I'm about to say the same thing.
Hey, because you know that don't be big words. Egregiously heinous acts to this young lady. Yo, you need to sit your ass down. Sit your glutamus maximus into a proper sitting motion and leave it there. So, dog, I just can't believe that they haven't been reporting on. They didn't report on this or nothing. They ain't talk about this. This is an NFL player. He signed on an NFL contract. This man beat this woman on a Saturday. This news didn't break out until a Wednesday. They kind of looked at it and just like, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
He's not a starter.
Yeah. When those rookies, everybody really care. They knew who they were, but they didn't know who they were, not the masses. And they came with that story about the gambling and all this other stuff, and it all came out to be false. Man, they barbecue chicken them boys and goddamn to the masses.
Sure did.
Yeah, and then when they came back and said, dang, it was a blip after it was like, it determined that all that shit was false.
Yo, first of all, I gotta add on with this, man. Yeah. First of all,
and the red man, he beat this woman. He beat this woman, and you victimized the abuser. You victimized the abuser. You victimized the abuser by saying that he has mental health issues. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I will go a different way.
And go ahead.
How in the hell this motherfucker beat the lady within the inch of her life, and not get charged with attempted murder?
Yeah, that too.
I'm jumping into that when I do my sit your ass down. You was done? You were done?
Well, go ahead then.
ESPN sit their ass down. ESPN, ABC, NBC, all you big time networks did it. Y'all just glazed over this shit right here. FS1, all you motherfuckers, especially you sports ones, you just glazed over this shit right here. Sit your ass down.
Thank you for that, sir. Thank you for that. My sit your ass down is Mr. Chad Wheeler himself. This motherfucker here. For one, he beating on a woman, period, but he beating on a sister. You know what I mean? That makes it even double more for me. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he would even open his mouth about some manic episode, that shit pissed me off so fucking much. Nigga, you sat and ate food after you beat this woman and had a fucking smoothie. You had to make that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that ain't no manic. I don't give a fuck what your medication was you wasn't taking. I don't give none of that shit. If your ass had the gall to do beat on that woman and then sit your ass down to eat food, motherfucker, that whole manic episode shit, that shit pissed me off, man. So Chad Wheeler, for me, he need to sit his ass the fuck down because what he need is 5 minutes in a room with some real brothers. That's what he need. You know what I mean? He need about 5 minutes in a room with some real brothers. The show with getting beaten within an inch of your life feels like. Cause that shit, damn, that shit pissed me off. And the fact that these like you saying, Hannibal, these networks wasn't even covering this shit, man. When Ben Roethlisberger damn raped that girl or attempted rape, whatever, twice, you hardly heard about that shit in the news.
But when Jameis was falsely accused for sexually assaulting that girl at Florida State, that shit was national news. They put that shit in the New York Post.
So that bullshit that they talking about, he's a nobody or whatever, fuck that. He was white. That's why y'all ain't want to talk about the shit. You know what I mean? Because when anytime as a black person, y'all ready to plaster that shit all over headlines, all over the goddamn place, man. So, you know, that Chad Wheeler dude, he need to sit his ass the fuck down, man.
Hey, crime. I would like to do an honorable mention also. I would like to sit down. Honorable mention wise, sit down. Robin Hood.
Oh, shit.
Robin Hood is supposed to mean that you're looking out for the little guy. And so this week you prove that you're all about your goddamn self and about the big guy, the rich man. Fuck you, bastards. You're screwing over the little guys. The stock market, the whole U.S. capitalistic system is a fraud. You've been exposed. You ain't shit. You're all about looking out for that themselves, all the rich guys. Fuck you, motherfuckers. When the little guys finally win, you guys got to pull back the goddamn curtain. Like, oh no, we can't let that happen again. We can't let you keep trading on that shit. No. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Fuck all you bastards. I wish all you motherfuckers go belly the fuck up right now and fucking lose everything you got. House, wife, kids, everything. Fuck it. Go to hell. Screw you.
Yeah, I don't feel bad when a millionaire loses money.
I don't feel bad when a billionaire loses money either. Fucking billion trillion guy. Fuck it. Trump loses money too. I don't give a fuck.
You know what I mean?
Joe Biden can lose his money. I don't give a fuck. He ain't got too much, but he losing money. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know. 36 years, 1,000
You know, if you got money and you run around, you've been perpetrating on this capitalist system. Oh yeah, capitalism that. No, that system is set up for you motherfuckers to keep winning. It ain't set up for anybody to win. I'm glad that the young brother got his $15,000. I'm glad the other guy got his $15 million out of it. But today, now we got to make a promise to each other, fellas. We got to learn to get together and use this system just like the white folks been using the system all their fucking lives.
You're right, man.
They had 300 and some years to get ahead. Now's our time.
Now's our time. Yeah, we got to pool together, man. You got to buy some more stock, man. I use Robinhood, but I got to buy some more shit, man. I ain't got enough.
I'm gonna say, even though I am a federal employee, that I do invest in stash. Stash is about marijuana. I'm investing in shit.
ACB, I'm in that. I bought me some stock in that shit. ACB. Well, that was good. Good segment. Good sit your ass down segment, man. Anything else before we tie a knot in this bitch?
Man, salute to Black excellence, brother.
Yeah.
Hey man, Black History might come around, but Black History, yeah, every fucking day. Fuck that.
Talk tomorrow, right? Yes, Black History.
Yeah. We black all fucking year long, every fucking day, all day. Let's get it.
365 and 366 on the leap year.
All right, man. This has been another excellent episode of Primarily Speaking. I have been your host, Mr. Prime, and Azul to the 25.
No doubt, I am the Total Package Rex Dev Rule, Port City Original, one of downtown's finest.
That's right. I'm Hannibal Vanderbilt. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, man.
Man, it's your boy Q, the body Brown, aka Mr. Alpha Slammer. And we came in this motherfucker and tore it all the way down and built it back up for your ass.
Yeah, we had a good discussion, man. You know where to catch us, folks, man. Primarily Speaking, Primerily. I think I spelled that wrong. Primarily Speaking, Primerily, speaking, no spaces, underscores, or dashes. Holler at us on the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Now we expanding out to Anchor and a few other podcast platforms. So holler at your folk, man. We catch you motherfuckers next time. Deuces.
We coming. We coming. We coming. It's alright. We coming. We coming. We coming. It's alright. We coming. We coming. We coming. It's alright. We coming. We coming. We coming. It's alright.
Running races around the races, got 499 and come around. Meet me at the finish line. That's where it's going down.